It's really funny because my dad, he's Jewish, he's Moroccan Jewish, he grew up in Israel. And when he came to Japan, he was a monk for a bit. I don't know, he has a very weird story.
Wait, what monk?
Like Buddhist monk, like obosan, and like meditation every day.
Ah, so your dad, he's Jewish, but then he became Buddhist monk.
Yeah.
Everybody gather round for my Ochakai.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Amiide, and welcome to my Ochakai. Ochakai means tea party in Japanese, and this is where I sit down with guests to talk about identity, belonging, and mental health. Our purpose is to explore what makes us who we are. I'm joined by Ume, a Kyoto-born singer-songwriter now based in London. She's one of my favorite spiritual friends, and her music is very soulful and healing. So today I want to talk about neurodiversity and spirituality and how all that flows into her art. Let's welcome Ume to Ochakai.
Hello. Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
How are you, Ami?
I'm good. I'm
Good.
good. My tooth broke this morning, but
Oh my God.
so that's my morning. Anyways, before we dive in, I like to start every Ochakai conversation with a little intro. Could you share with us your gender, sexuality, and if you had a mug with a message, like, you know, like
Oh, yeah.
mugs have like messages, you know, that could speak your feelings today, what would it say?
I'm Ume. I'm a woman. I'm bisexual. The mug, I picked this mug because it's the khamsa, it's the hand. It's the evil eye hand to get rid of evil. It's like a Middle Eastern, North African, Jewish symbolism, so I thought it was cute.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So like I have, if you walk into my house, the khamsa,
Oh.
I have it hung. I have two hung actually in my house. At the entrance, right next to the door, every Jewish house has a khamsa, an evil hand hung. Also in like Arabic and Muslim households, they call it the hand of Fatima, I think. Or they might also call it khamsa, but it's like omamori in Japan, but like
I
a Jewish
see.
and Middle Eastern version.
I thought it was like Illuminati things.
No, oh my God. I know. I feel like that's where they got the inspiration from, though. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Well, anyways, so if you had a mug with a message, what would it say? Like,
Oh, if I had a mug with a message,
yeah, that
okay.
explains your feeling today. What would he say? めっちゃ考えてる。
it would say, take it slow.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I've been needing that reminder lately, so.
Take it slow. You feel
Yeah.
like you've been rushing.
I think so. It's like there's so many things to do all the time, but it's like, actually, I want to be present and slow in everything I do. Not like slow like a turtle, but like there's a difference between like the way you feel. Let's say you're on a train for 20 minutes, you being on your phone the whole time.
Yeah.
Or let's say you're watching people or you're reading a book, like there's a different level of speed. And I think, I'm not saying that it's bad to be on your phone, but like take a second and like chill. And even if you have places to go, it's really about perspective. And like, I want to continue being slow and present in everything I do.
I should do that too.
Yeah.
Take it slow.
I think it's hard to like be very slow,
Mm.
especially in London, but also especially when you're neurodivergent, which we'll probably talk about later. But
All right, so me and Ume-chan met in London.
Yeah.
It was a songwriting camp, right?
Yeah.
But it's crazy because like
Yeah.
you've
Mhm.
known my name before.
I've been fangirling her for a really long time.
No way.
Well, マジで I found out about her like previous group from my producer at the time. This was like when I was like 16 or 17. How old am I now? So this was like 5 years ago. And they were like, oh, there's this group called Circle. You should check them out. You guys would be a great collaboration or something like that, because there weren't a lot of English music music in English
In Japan.
in Japan at the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
And people that were actually doing it well. And then out of nowhere, I'm in London, and then I see her name on like the ESEA group chat or something. And then I meet her at the studio, and I'm just like, do I talk to her? do I say something? Like, do I say that I know her? Will it sound creepy? Anyways, ended up saying, and then, you know, here we are. I'm in her house.
I
So-
had no idea.
So you do meet heroes, and not all heroes are horrible people.
Oh, that's so sweet.
No, but,
That's
like,
so sweet.
Yeah, I'm very happy we got to meet here, and yeah.
I'm super happy too.
Yeah.
We need to collab on something,
I
like
know.
music-wise.
I know. Once I get past my writer's block, we will.
Writer's block.
We will collab once I
Yeah.
get past it.
So anyways, I had you on my Ochakai YouTube series as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about a little bit about your upbringing. But for our listeners here, I would like you to explain your upbringing again.
I grew up in Japan. I was born and I grew up in Japan, in Kyoto, the best city in Japan.
No, the best city is Kobe.
It's really not. It's like the 10th. It's like the 8th worst city in Japan. Kobe sucks. 本当に.
What the hell?
Although they do have nice food.
They do have nice food. They have nice coffee too.
Really?
It's the first city that imported coffee
Really?
in Japan.
Really? Oh, it's because it's a port, isn't it?
Yep.
But they have good is it like Chinese food? They have good chuga. They have good Chinese food.
Yeah, because we have like a Chinatown.
Yeah. Anyway, my mom is Chinese. My dad is Israeli, originally Moroccan Jewish. My parents met in Japan, and I've been there since until I moved to London.
Ah, I didn't know your parents met in Japan.
In Kyoto. I don't know. I do feel I am Japanese in one way. Even though in Japan sometimes it doesn't feel.
It's a tricky place to
Yeah.
be in that kind of situation because Japan, like you can only have like one nationality
Yeah.
and all the kind of stuff.
And the culture is quite monogamous.
Yeah.
Monogamous? Is that
Mono-
monotonous? Monogamous is the relationship status.
Homogeneous.
Homogeneous. It wasn't mono. It was homogeneous. Yeah. Yeah.
It was so wrong. It was so wrong.
Okay, Japan's very homogeneous.
Yes.
Yes. So I guess now it's a bit more different because of so many foreigners are going there. There's a lot more like mixed race people growing up in Japan. But I guess in our generation, or like 20, 30 years ago, it was like,
Definitely.
it was very strange. And so you're either Japanese or you're not. You can't be mixed or you can't kind of be like, it was very rigid.
Because I feel like even in my preschool, we only had one Filipina girl or something like that. So it was pretty rare back
Yeah.
then.
But also like you grew up in Kobe.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like immigrants in Kobe because it was a port city. There's a lot of Vietnamese, Chinese, Korean, Indians, more than like, for example, Kyoto, I think.
Maybe that could be it because Kyoto is very Japan.
It's very
like,
close.
Traditional.
Yeah, traditional.
Japan. It's interesting. Also, like I read this article of yours and it stuck with me where you mentioned that even though you don't have Japanese blood, you feel like there's a reason that you were born and raised in Kyoto.
Yeah.
Like maybe
I saw that. What article are you talking about?
I forgot
Was
which
it
one.
Newt?
I think so.
Okay, I don't remember
I've
seeing
read
it anywhere.
all of your articles.
Okay, I think that's the only article I've ever done.
Yeah, like so you said like maybe in past life you had something left
Oh my
unfinished in
gosh.
Japan, something like that. I thought that was very interesting. I'm very curious about that. So can you explain that for me?
Yeah, I guess this article was written a few years ago, maybe like 4 years ago. So I haven't really thought about that in a while. But I guess like spiritually, I think everyone there's meaning to where a person is from, where a person is born. I had a not so easy upbringing in Japan because I was a foreigner and I always felt like I was never Japanese enough for in kindergarten or in school, and I was bullied a lot. And so not even just that, like my parents being from so many different places, I always struggled with identity and like where am I from? Where do I belong? I did like grapple with that growing up. So I think at the time when I was doing this interview article, I guess it was a point where I had come to this realization or this like state of like, oh yeah, I don't know what the reason is that I grew up here, but I do feel a very, very, very strong sense of connection. I still do, even though I haven't lived there in a long time. I think there's two aspects to it. I think there's a soul aspect. My soul has something to do in Japan and maybe the culture of Japan or the energy of the land itself or the people I meet there, the connections I have that will, influence me for the rest of my life. I think there's another part where it's me growing up in a country that's not my parents' helped me realize that blood isn't everything and that you can be whoever you want to be. Like, it doesn't, this idea of nation, this idea of country, belonging, I think it's all very human made. And it's actually, nation is a term, or that concept was coined by Benedict Anderson, not to get anthropological, in the 19 something. So it's a very new term. It's a very new concept of like, we are different, because fishermen used to cross ocean to like catch fish without
the border.
borders. Yeah, so borders is a very new concept. So it doesn't really matter if I don't have Japanese blood. We're all human beings. So why does it matter if you're... And most Japanese people are mixed anyway. A lot of Japanese people are, if you trace back enough, they're Chinese. So it's like, it doesn't really matter.
I feel like most people have like Korean or Chinese
Yeah.
in our blood as well. I did a DNA
Oh
test
my
once.
God. Okay, I'm so curious.
I had Chinese and Korean, and I had Inuit,
Inuit, yeah.
and I had Finnish.
What?
I know.
Maybe like it's from the Inuit side, like they like traveled up like across Europe.
Maybe.
That is so strange.
I really want to know my family tree.
I know.
Because like a lot of people told me I don't really look Japanese.
People have, yeah, I thought you were like mixed with something.
Yeah, like some people say I look like Filipina or...
You do, now that you say it. Or like Southeast Asian, something, like a mix.
Yeah, because I have very tanned skin as well.
Yeah.
So like people assume I'm not Japanese, like fully Japanese, but I am.
Yeah.
My parents are Japanese,
Yeah.
and my grandparents are Japanese. So like somewhere back there in my ancestry, there's like Inuit and like Finnish, which is really interesting.
But like everyone in the world has moved around. Like everyone has moved around. That is a part of our natural survival instinct. People moved around to survive. Like, oh, there's a lot of lions here. Let's move to another place. Excuse me. And they walk for like
lions,
and they'd walk for like days and days, and then they go to a different place. They wouldn't even realize it's a whole different country. And then somehow now they're from like that place.
I've always wanted to move to America when I was little, like even though I had no idea what's there. And then I moved to LA when I was 18, and then spent like 6 years there. And I went back to Japan, spent 8 years. But while I was in Japan, I always knew that I always wanted to live in somewhere in Europe. Like, I don't know where, but I just wanted to explore. And then it happened. Now I'm in the UK. Luckily, I married someone who was raised in the UK.
Not luckily. I think you like planned it all. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But like I feel like it was my maybe like subconsciousness led to where I am right now.
Yeah. It's really funny because my dad, he's Jewish, he's Moroccan Jewish, he grew up in Israel. And when he came to Japan, he was a monk for a bit. I don't know, he has a very weird story.
Wait, what monk?
Like Buddhist monk. Like obosan in like meditation every day.
Ah, so your dad, he's Jewish, but then he became Buddhist monk.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
But then I think after he quit being a monk, he did judo. Is it called judo? Like, you know when you do archery, like Japanese archery?
Kyudo. Ne?
Kyudo.
Judo is
the
like,
martial arts, yeah. Kyudo. Oh, it was when he moved to Japan. So he was studying Kyudo as well, along with like shiatsu and stuff. He was practicing Kyudo in like the mountains somewhere. And then he said that like that moment, there was something that happened, like a feeling, and he knew that he'd been there before.
Ooh, okay.
And so I know that my dad used to be Japanese. Like I know that in past life. Some people might be like, what the fuck is she talking about? I'm sorry, you guys. But I know my dad used to be Japanese in his past life. And I think my dad knows that as well. Like he's admitted it to me before. We all have past lives somewhere. But I think...
That is really interesting. I love this kind of talk.
I know.
and
and for the people who are haters, but I don't think they'll be on this channel anyway.
Yeah.
But there's so many religions and cultures that believe in past lives. So if you don't believe it, maybe you have a past life. Maybe you have some like relationship with past life stuff in your past life, and you have to work through that this life.
What do you think your past life was?
Oh my God!
What do you imagine?
I've been told that I was like in an army, like I was on a horse. I was like a warrior. I don't know. I don't think. I definitely was a musician, and me doing music in this life is a way to work out some of the things that I couldn't achieve in my past life. Yeah, I definitely do think music was a part of it. What's your past life?
My past life.
What do you think it is?
I don't know. Like when I was little, my mom's friend said I look like I was born like 6 times before me or something
Oh,
like
wow.
that.
That's
I'm not
interesting.
sure. Maybe I was a boy.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's fun to think about.
Yeah, it is fun to think about.
Yeah. So what made you want to move to the UK?
I think I wanted to be somewhere where culture and music and art was more abundant compared to Japan. Obviously, there's a lot of incredible music and like culture and art in Japan, but not in the way I wanted to. I think I had my time there already. And just like I wanted to live somewhere that was very diverse.
It's like complete opposite of
completely opposite.
homogeneous.
Yeah.
We just learned the
Homogeneous.
word.
We just learned the word. Not monogamous.
So I know that you're like very spiritual, but you also said that you're not religious.
Yeah.
So you grew up around religion because of your dad, Moroccan Israeli, and your mom's Chinese, right? How did that shape you when you were growing up?
My dad's Jewish, my mom's Christian.
Your mom's Christian?
Yeah, she's like one of like the 10%, maybe less, of the people who are Christian in China. There's a very small number.
Yeah, I never met any Christian Chinese people,
I
maybe.
know. I think at the point when I was born, my dad was never religiously Jewish. He was more culturally Jewish. So I grew up with like festivals and holidays that were Jewish. We never like prayed or anything like that.
I see. We just celebrated Jewish New Year.
Yeah.
That was really interesting because I never done it. I never really met any Jewish people in Japan, I think.
There aren't many. That was fun.
Even though I had a Jewish friend in LA, we didn't really do like Jewish things much. So it was really interesting and I loved it. I loved learning about different religion, culture, and all the stuff.
I think like I'm still learning as well because I didn't grow up in a Jewish community and it was just like me, my dad, and my brother, and like sometimes we go see family. I'm still learning about it, just like because of everything that's happened over the past few years and also just me wanting to connect with my culture and understand it more. I really enjoyed doing the dinner to just like do it with other friends because it's not like a very deep thing. We didn't pray or anything, but it was like a fun, interactive thing because a lot of people in London do Diwali. It's Diwali right now and they do Chinese New Year. Like why not do Jewish New Year and kind of like spend it with friends?
Your dad was a Buddhist monk. How was it? Like did you like do meditation or like did you get to experience like Buddhism back then or how was it?
I said my dad's Jewish, my mom's Christian, but we never really practiced at home. Like they weren't really religious. Because we grew up in Japan, Buddhism and Shintoism was very prevalent in our family. But when I was like a teenager, my dad gave me this book called The Power of Now. I think it was from like my 17th or 16th birthday. He was like, read this. And that's when I kind of like woke up to more of the spirituality aspect. And then I went to the temple that my dad meditated at with him. We meditated for a bit. And then I've just kind of been on my own path of like spirituality. But my dad definitely influenced it. My mom, not really. But my dad was definitely like a factor in my spiritual awakening, which is kind of a funny thing to say. Yeah. But also in like growing up in Japan, the past few years, like every time before I do a show, if there's a temple or a shrine nearby, I go pray. A lot of like Japanese spirituality, like I have a lot of friends in Okinawa and their spirituality has always interested in me as well. So I kind of take part in those rituals whenever I can. I don't think that I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual. I think I mean those words by I don't care about the category and labels of specific religions. I think all religions do lead to one thing, which is love. And so if I enjoy it and if I have the opportunity to kind of like take part in it, I will.
I'm not religious as well, but I definitely think I was surrounded by religion because I went to Christian preschool, Christian junior high and high school. I think my grandma and great grandma, they used to be Christian as well because I saw my great grandma had a like tiny little like wooden statue of not Jesus, Mary.
Oh, with the baby, yeah.
With the baby, I don't remember. Maybe, yeah. And not religious. But then like we, when we have like funerals, it's like Buddhist
Buddhist, yeah.
style. So like
Yeah.
in Japan, it's really interesting because we're not religious, but we are definitely surrounded by religion.
Absolutely. Speaking of, my kindergarten was like Buddhist. Like every morning we'd like go to the little temple next to the kindergarten and do
Namu
Namu
Amida
Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. You know? But I think I was reading something. A lot of religions in the world, for example, like Shintoism in Japan or like Yoruba in Nigeria, it wasn't a religion in the beginning. It was culture. It was just culture that turned into a category and put into a category called religion. And so in Japan, it's like, yes, you're not Buddhist, but like when we eat, we say itadakimasu.
Mm-hmm.
That is a Buddhist or Shintoist practice. And it's just in our daily lives, if that makes sense.
So like on the other hand, I feel like in the UK, religion is like much more visible.
Yeah, because there's no separation of church and state, right? That's what my housemate keeps saying.
Oh,
On the other hand, US does have a separation.
right.
That's why during Christmas, everyone's on holiday. But in the US,
Ah.
not everyone's on holiday. Is what I found out recently, actually.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But anyways, like here, I feel like we see a lot more religious ceremonies or like religious events. Like people talk about it online a lot more here, I feel. The Muslim people, they do the, なんて言うんだっけ?
Ramadan.
Ramadan, yeah.
Yeah.
And they talk about it, and then we all respect their culture when they have these time. Like we respect that, right?
I think just being surrounded by different cultures and different people in general is very interesting because it affects food that we eat. Like you can have like food from Madagascar here, and that's something you'll never get unless you're in Madagascar, you know?
Also, like here, maybe it's easier to get, for example, like halal food or
like kosher food.
food.
Yeah.
Because it's just there are many religions here.
Yeah, I think that's really amazing, and I think only a few cities in the world do that, like London and New York. I don't think there's many other cities, maybe LA, that are so diverse and so open. I think that's amazing. I think it's something you'll never be able to experience in Japan. I don't expect Japan to be like that. I don't think that it needs to be like that. I don't think every city needs to be that diverse. And like London is filled with refugees and immigrants. And like there's beauty in that, but there's also like
problem as well.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I also want to talk about your journey with neurodiversity.
Yeah.
I just learned that word, neurodiversity. In the last episode, I was like, neurodiverse?
Yeah.
Well, what's the noun? Anyways, I want to talk
Neurodiversity.
about neurodiversity. You told me you're autistic even in our early friendship. Since then, like we started talking about it more often, like very openly. And I got autism diagnosis as well. You been through like your diagnosis journey here in the UK as well. And I wanted to talk about it a little bit. When did you start realizing you might be autistic or ADHD?
I think I've always known I was ADHD. I think my brother got a diagnosis when he was like 7 or 8, which means I was like 13. So I knew I was ADHD. And then I think I found out that I was Asperger's. I had Asperger's when I was like 15 or 16.
So you were pretty young.
Yeah, it's been like 6 years.
Women get diagnosed like later in life. So your brother got diagnosed like earlier, right?
He got diagnosed earlier, but I think his signs were more clear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why it's difficult for us to get diagnosis. You got the diagnosis in Japan.
Yeah.
And then you had to go through another one in the UK.
Not actually.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, I did for ADHD, not for Asperger's.
I see.
For ADHD.
For the ADHD one. Because you needed medication and stuff.
Which
right.
I've stopped now. But
was there like any difficulties in your life early on before the diagnosis?
I guess like you don't know it's difficulties until they tell you, yeah, you have these difficulties. You know what I mean?
I see.
So it's like, oh, I thought it was just who I am as a part of me. But obviously it was difficult. Like I would see my classmates get done so easily. And it would just take me 5 hours to do something. It would take 2 hours for them to do. And they would get much better grades than me. It's like, no, I'm working really hard at this. When I was diagnosed, like my school teachers were so nice to me. I think my first memory of like now that I look back, it's like, oh yeah, that was clear signs of ADHD. It was like my first day of school, my elementary school, I was in grade 1. Grade 1's like what, 6 years old?
Yeah.
The whole week, I kept forgetting like my notebook. And the teacher would be like, Amiide, like, you need to bring up a notebook tomorrow, okay? Okay. Forgot to bring it the next day. The whole week. And then my mom had to like make sure, because no other kids forgot it. I just like, it just wasn't, I don't know what was going through my 6-year-old head. But like, I had always forgotten things. I'd always lost things growing up. But like, because there were so many things that I couldn't do like normal people, I've built a system for myself, which sometimes feels very constraining. But like, I've learned to never leave dishes in the sink. Like, no matter how much I'm tired, like once I cook, I will always wash it. And that's like a non-negotiable for me. So I've built systems around, I always write on my phone like things I need to do. But things I do struggle with now is like I said, like slowing down, being more present in the moment, because my mind is always distracted and I have to do 50,000 different things. Also, like, I have tic. I have like I do this with my eyes a lot. I don't know if you've noticed.
No, I didn't.
You will. Now you'll start noticing. Like, I think I've done it a few times. It's all about training. Like, I treat my ADHD and my Asperger's like a dog. You know, like you have to train it.
Like a dog.
Like a dog. Or a cat. Well, actually, you don't train cats. You train dogs. Yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult to train cats. They've been running around behind our
I know.
recording. So, was getting the diagnosis important for you? Like, did it change? Did your
think
life
so.
change like after and before?
Not drastically, but just knowing like other people go through it as well. In the beginning, I was just like, oh, this is an excuse. I can't make an excuse. But the more I do actual research into it, it's like, okay, the way my mind works doesn't fit the way the world works. It's who I am. I can't change who I am. And just because the world has put it into a category, it is what it is. But like, knowing that my brain actually does work differently than other people kind of like helps me like not be mean to myself.
I think not being mean to yourself is like really important, because I feel like I was really mean to myself.
Yeah.
Like, I hated how I functioned before.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I was working in a retail as a sales, and one day I just couldn't form words. Like, I just froze out of nowhere. After that, I just started crying. Like, I couldn't control. And I was like, what's going on with me?
Yeah.
Like, it was so weird. And then that happened to me maybe like not just once. And I had like severe anxiety as well before, like talking to customers and stuff. I was like, something is up with me, you know? Like, everyone can handle this, and why can't I? And then my friend mentioned I could be autistic, and I started researching, and I was like, oh, that sounds like me.
Yeah.
And then when I got the diagnosis, I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'm not good with customer service.
Yeah.
I get really tired from social interaction and stuff.
Yeah. Recently, I learned about like fatigue. Like, I always get very tired when I'm around people. There's this thing called like fatigue in ADHD because your brain is moving so fast. And because when you're other people, it's like you're perceiving everything and like sucking everything in. And I'm not fully being like nice to myself yet. But it's like, I think it's a work in progress.
Anyways, can we talk a little bit about your journey with the medication? Like, you tried one type of medication, and how was it?
It was so crazy. Like,
so it was for ADHD, right?
It was for ADHD. Yeah, the first day was kind of like, it was very scary because my mind had never been that calm before. So I was kind of freaking out. I called, I think I was speaking to my housemate. I was just like, I don't know what's happening in my brain right now. And she's like, you just need to calm down. You just need to like listen to music. So I went swimming, which made me feel very nice. Just like calm. Like, my housemate's awesome. She was also like, you need to do normal things that you usually do so you know that you can do them while you're on medication as well. And like, I was able to sit in front of a piano for like 5 hours. 5 hours.
That's
And,
very
like,
long though.
It's crazy. I was just like super like hyper focused, and I usually can't get to that point because playing the piano is just super boring. Like, I had to read notes, and it was just very difficult, and I wouldn't be able to do it usually without the medication. But because I was able to do it, now I know I can do it without medication. I was able to do it once. It would be hard without medication, but I can still do it. It was a really good experience to like know that
There's a possibility that
To
you can do these things.
do normal things. But I don't think it's something I want to take all the time. I think it can affect my health like massively. I spoke to a few friends about it afterwards, and she was just like, I've taken it before in the US, and at one point when you take it long enough, it'll start affecting your mental health and like you'll start going numb. Also, I had no appetite. I wasn't eating properly, which gave me a lot of health issues as well. So there's a give and take to it. I'm glad I did it because now I know like more about my ADHD and more about who I am. But there's other things you can do that's not medication to kind of like work with your ADHD and let it make it your friend and not your enemy.
We're sharing we're sharing personal experiences around neurodivergence like ADHD and autism. Everyone's story is different, and if anything we talk about feels familiar to you, it might be worth chatting with a qualified professional. Self-diagnosis can be tricky. It's okay to explore, but getting proper support starts with a real assessment. So lastly, I want to talk about your music journey. And I saw your live show in Hayama, Oasis.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Like it was so mesmerizing. And then you mentioned that you were in the zone that night. How was it like? And also, do you think the state of flow is connected to your spirituality?
I think there's a lot of research about like the zone, the flow state. Some people research it scientifically, some people talk about it spiritually. I think it can be related to my spirituality. In my case, it is. I think it's about connecting with my higher self, connecting with something bigger than just myself.
Did you like meditate before the show?
There's a shrine next to that venue. So I meditated there. Or I didn't meditate there. I just like went to pray there. They say that in Japan, like different shrines have different like guardians. The guardian there, it's ryuga mamoteru. So like a dragon protects that shrine. So I went to speak with the dragon, and
You spoke with the
I
dragon.
spoke with the dragon, and
Did he or she answer?
well, he answered through. It's not he. They. I don't really know. The dragon answered through giving me the energy to do that performance. And then I also meditate before my show.
How long do you usually meditate for?
I just sit down. I just like do a little like hand symbol thing. I focus on my third eye and my sacral chakra. Is this the sacral one? Tandeng. For like 2-3 minutes. It's not very long.
How do you do it? The hand? Like
Yeah.
this?
And then.
So it's like this.
But it doesn't matter what you do. It's like I just breathe and I focus on those parts of my body. But also, like singing for me is meditation. Like I'm focusing on everything. I'm very present while I'm singing. So it kind of builds up, I guess. I just get in the zone. Some shows I don't get in the zone, but not every show you can. But my aim is to get in the zone and also it depends on like who's there. It depends on the place. But yeah, I think the one you came to was really fun. I think that was one of the best shows I've done.
I'm glad I was there.
Yeah.
You used to do more R&B stuff,
Yeah.
right? And I do R&B too.
Yeah.
And now you're more into world music, would you say?
It's a weird term because like the world is so big, but I think I'm starting to figure out what to categorize it in. Maybe like jazz fusion / using the cultures I'm from, music from the cultures I'm from. Japan, Jewish, Moroccan, Israeli music, Chinese music, just kind of like fusing a lot of different influences from the world.
So how did that transition happen?
Some of my favorite musicians are world musicians, if that makes sense. Like Anu Ibrahim, he's a oud player from Tunisia. And he fuses jazz and Middle Eastern music together, which is just beautiful. Or like North African music together. There's a lot of people that are just like, I guess R&B is great, but I wanted to kind of connect to my culture, and there are so many beautiful sounds and instruments and scales and melodies and chords from different cultures and not just the Western music. Like I think R&B has come down to very like, it is one culture, it's American music, but I think there's more music outside of that. Well, that's where it started. there's more music outside that comes from different influences, and I kind of wanted to explore that more.
I see. If we were to make music together, what kind of music do you think we will make?
Oh my God, I have no clue. I don't even know. I've been on a writer's block. Like, me figuring out what I want my next sound to sound like has put me in, I don't want to call it a writer's block. I've just been figuring things out.
Mm-hmm.
So once I don't even know what that sounds like, but I think it'll be fun. I don't think it'll be fully R&B. I don't think it'll be fully I'm going to do. I think it'll be like a fun combination of both things.
Fusion.
Yeah. I definitely think there'll be Japanese and English in there, though.
That's exciting. I can't wait for that to happen.
I know.
In the near
I
future.
know. I know.
Anyways, let's conclude this conversation.
Yeah.
Would you say you feel you belong where you are right now?
Yes. I don't think belonging is a place. I belong because I belong like within. It's not like an external thing. Belonging is what I realize. It's all about where you are mentally, spiritually, emotionally right now. I belong because I am. I am, therefore, I think, therefore I am. I know that like is a whole different thing, but yeah, I am and I belong. Everywhere I'll go, I'll always belong.
Oh, that's deep. Do you have any messages to your younger self?
Just keep going and you will find what you want. You'll find what you're supposed to find. I think as a child, as a younger person, maybe as a teenager, I just needed someone to be like, you're doing okay. Like, it's not like you're doing okay. And they're like, that you will meet people that see you and you will find yourself in a way. Like, just keep going.
Just keep going.
Keep going.
Just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming.
Ume, thank you so much for coming to Ochakai.
Thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure.
Likewise.
It was. I think we had a really nice conversation, and
Yeah.
I hope you like it too. And we'll see you next time then.
See you next time.
Bye. If you like this episode, please make sure to hit that subscribe button.
I'm on